Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran fast, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the fray, you're the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to invade the name of the brave. We are the U.S. of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save this land of the brave, the U.S. of A. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free, and the
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching Maxspeed TV.
Chill, chill, hey, hey, chill. Let's go. I was born to kill it. I was meant to win. I am down and willing, so I will find a way. It took a minute, now it didn't happen right away. When it get hot in the kitchen, you decide to stay. That's how it winners made. Stick a fork in the hater on my dinner plate. I walk into the fire like it's just a bit of flames. I switch my style up, watch the money pile up. I'ma get rich or die trying, want me switch lanes. I'm always getting better, I'ma be on 5th place. On this one, then 4th on the next. 3rd, 2nd, 1st, shit, pour with the best. She showing love, give me all the raw energy. Don't stop, go ahead, get it in. Jump, jump, knock, knock, let me in. Huff and puff and blow the house down. Raw energy. Don't stop, go ahead, get it in. Jump, jump, knock, knock, let me in. Huff and puff and blow the house down. I do it for the love, they perform for checks and I still get more. They be bored by the rest. Had to put the work in, wasn't born in success. See the storm, it affects the performance. But I dance in the rain and the thunder, the drums. So I'll keep going on, I won't stop till I'm done. From the bottom to the top, I'm the one. I can drop in a month, I'll be back at the top. Raw energy. Don't stop, go ahead, get it in. Jump, knock, let me in. Off the puff, I'm blow the house down. Raw energy. Don't stop, go ahead, get it in. Jump, knock, let me in. Off the puff, I'm blow the house down. Yeah, we blow the house down. Yeah, we blow the house down. Big moves will shake the ground. All the greats who came before us, we about to make them proud. We've got to make this count. Take the ball and raise it now. Make noise and crazy loud. It's all moment, let me hear you shout. Don't give up, we can turn it round. We got the fire, we burn it down. Then we'll pop champagne at the back of the club. Then we're back with a sweat, tears back with a blood. How to get it out of mud, kinda like Predator. Get to the chopper, pockets getting fatter, so she called me Big Mama. Raw energy. Don't stop, go ahead, get it in. Jump, knock, let me in. Off the puff and blow the house down. Raw energy. Don't stop, go ahead, get it in. Jump, knock, let me in. Off the puff and blow the house down. Raw energy.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Saturday night of racing here with the OP Buttkicker Unlimited Series. We are at Talladega tonight for the final round of the regular season. As we get ready to wind this one down here, folks, it's going to get to the playoffs, so everybody is vying for that position. Went live a little bit early tonight. We got a few things to talk about, and, well, I see him in Discord now, so we're going to go ahead and we'll bring this gentleman to the booth. Anthony English, I know we got some big news for OP Saturday night coming up, buddy. We went live a little bit early, kind of caught you off guard, I'm sure. But, man, let's talk about it. What do we got going on?
Give me 2 seconds, Steven. I actually got my boys in the simulator right now, messing around.
All right, so while he is taking care,
I'm like reaching over his shoulder just to get to the mic button to answer.
Oh, that's all right, buddy. We'll go. We got some. We'll go ahead and get some other stuff out of the way while you get that. Just let me know when you're ready. So,
go ahead and call me up for qualifying. I'll sit out qualifying to go over everything with you.
All right, sounds good. So we kind of caught Anthony a little off guard there. Kind of figured that was going to happen, but we do have some big news coming up for Saturday night after the regular season and the postseason here, or after this season ends. So stay tuned for that, and we'll go ahead and get to what we got going on here, folks, tonight. Again, this is the last race of the regular season. Let me get that off of the screen here real quick. But we're going to go ahead and get to our current standings here, folks. Anthony English with 4 wins on the season. Vicente Guerrero, Lynn McNeese, Andy Brigante, Everett Lane, James Mayer. Of course, last week's winner, first-time OP winner, Payson Lindsay getting the win last week. Gabe Butler right now sitting at the top of the points list at plus 115. Stephen Miles at plus 108. Rick Seabrands at plus 82. And Adam Kilday, well, let me go ahead and let's do this. Adam Kilday at plus 79. Andrew Zonto at plus 75. Dana Shepard at plus 34. Jimmy Reynolds at plus 25. Chris Jordan right there at plus 19. And then Rick Sanchez at plus 12 above the cut line. But Doug Johnson needs a good finish tonight to get him up into the round of 16. He is below the cut line, -12. Mark Mann below -16. Bubba Whittingham -31. And Nick Wing at -34. We're going to take a look at what happened last week. Race winner at iRacing Super Speedway. Payson Lindsay with a 540, the number 543, taking the win last week. Stephen Miles a second. This is S. Warren. I believe that was supposed to be Nate Warren. I think they got the names mixed up. That should be Nate. Or no, that's Scott Warren. I'm sorry, Scott Warren in the 76 machine in a third. Gabe Butler fourth, and Anthony English in a fifth. Your most points for the last three races: Gabe Butler 122, Adam Kilday 113, Anthony English at 109, Rick Seabrands at 105, Andrew Zonto at 97. Let me get this put up here, guys, so you can see we got about 12 minutes left of qualifying. We'll go ahead and get our race info up here. Our pre-race analytics: 82-degree air temperature, 38% humidity, partly cloudy skies, a 10-mile-an-hour wind, a track temperature right now at 122 degrees. It's going to be a hot track out there here at Talladega tonight. We get guys, like I said, we went live a little bit early. Was hoping to talk to Anthony a little bit about what we got going on. But we'll go ahead and, well, I got a little picture here. We'll just pull that picture up while we got a second. We're going to go ahead and make this announcement, though. Fall Brawl mini series gonna be starting. We'll go ahead and pull this up so everybody can see. We'll get that off of there. This is the OP Racing 2025 Fall Brawl Series number 2. Going to be kind of like it was last season. We'll have 2 races a night. So we'll do the first race, and then we will go to our splash screen while we get loaded up in the second race. As you can see, we'll be at Daytona, Atlanta for the first 2 races. And then the next week we'll be in the Indy cars. Of course, you notice that the cars change every week as we are going through the mini-series here. We got some new stuff on the schedule. Going to be a little bit different than what these guys are used to. Of course, we got the Pro Lights 2s at the Wild West Sports Park. So that'll be the trucks on dirt, doing some more of a rally-style dirt race. Toyota GR86s at the Daytona Road Course. We got the 87s, the Xfinities, ARCA, Next Gen trucks. So I thought we were going to have another road course, but this one right here is going to be interesting. 60 minutes to an hour long for that race. So, of course, this whole season, no fast repairs. The restart zone will be active. There will be tire limits, and that's going to depend on the car and track. A normal Saturday point system and 2 GWCs throughout the Fall Brawl. So looking forward to that. And again, we'll get more information when Anthony is available to come visit with us. Again, we kind of caught him off the guard a little bit, but right now it looks like we have
Is it supposed to be an hour and 2 minutes?
Uh-oh. Let me do this. I didn't mean to have that on there because, well, I raced the other night, and, well, I got to have that on so I could talk to the other drivers. But with 9 minutes left of practice, right now it looks like we've got about 24 drivers as of right now in the field as we watch these guys go around in practice. Cintek Guerrero out there getting some lap ins. Jimmy Reynolds, Andy Brigante working together right there in practice. But looks like we got 4 viewers out there right now. Again, we did go live a little bit early, folks. Was kind of hoping to be able to visit with Anthony a little bit. As, well, the 44 just kills the 85. Well, I thought it straightened him out, but it ended up breaking more on his car, so guys are really getting winding down the regular season, with tonight being the last race, and then next week we will cut to the round of 16. And let me see if I can pull that schedule up real quick. I think we had to push everything forward a week because of the holiday weekends that we had. So our first playoff race next week will be at 08 Daytona. Race number 2 will be at the iRacing Super Speedway, and then the third race of the round of 16 will be at Atlanta. Well, then we go into the round of 8 where we'll have Talladega, and then back to Daytona 08 for races 1 and 2 of the round of 8, and then we get into the championship for winner take all at Daytona, the new Daytona, for a night race. So kind of looking forward to all of that. And well, guys, I kind of went live a little too early, I think, but I wanted to visit with everybody about what was going on. The Key Largo Fire and Rescue Museum, if y'all don't know who that is Mr. Mike Edgerton. He is the sponsor of tonight's race, the Fish Guys 250. And I had that up, but I took it off for the standings and everything. But so big shout out and tip of the hat to you, Mike, for sponsoring tonight's race. Appreciate it, buddy. Hope you are doing well down there in Florida. Down in the Florida Keys, I should say, Key Largo. So hopefully you're doing well down there, staying safe. I don't know if you guys are getting any weather down there. I know here in Oklahoma it has cooled off, man, from blistering 100+ degree heat indexes down to, well, a normal feel. I think we hit about 85 today, so it felt great today. So I'm sure down there in Florida, though, you guys just go jump in the water in the ocean and cool off. Excuse me. Well, it looks like we are starting to get a few more people into the session. We are winding down the minutes here. Well, one of these days, Mike, I mean it, dude. I'm coming down there, and man, we got to go fishing. I gotta get out there and get a line wet and try to catch something. Like I said, I don't want to catch something that's going to sink the boat, but man, I want to catch something. 'Cause I've never been deep sea fishing like that. Well, guys, we have got 27 cars lined up right now in the field. Mike, why ain't you out here racing tonight, by the way, bud? Well, I thought I was going to have some, some special broadcasters come up here, but, well, apparently they decided not to join me, so. Ah, okay. I got you. Well, let me see. Sending a few messages here, folks. Just bear with me. Well, it looks like we are going to have a pretty decent field tonight here at Talladega for the final race of the regular season. It looks like guys are down there having a good time, tearing their stuff up out there during practice, so. What's up, iBog? Hey, Belva, you come on. I know you'd be great up here with me. Well, unfortunately, I don't think Josh and Jeremy's broadcast took. I don't think they had enough drivers, so I thought maybe Joshua and them would come up and broadcast with me tonight, but I guess they decided not to. And yes, I'm going to throw them under the bus, because what are friends for? Well, about a minute left to go, guys. I'm running out of stuff to talk about. So I'm just going to say this. How is everybody doing out there in chat? So glad y'all could join me tonight. Again, this is the final race of the regular season. Thanks, Belva. I appreciate it. Well, Adam Kilday looks like if he gets a good finish tonight, it looks like Adam is going to walk away as the regular season champion. Well, Anthony's back in the booth with me. And, Anthony, I kind of went over a little bit of the schedule and kind of told everybody about what was going on. It looks like we got the Fall Brawl Series coming back to OP on Saturday night.
Yes, sir, Stephen. A lot of people seem to have really liked what we did with that last year, so we've decided to go ahead and do it again and see how it turned out this time. But this time we went bigger and better.
Yeah, we were looking at some of the interesting stuff that we have on here. It looks like every race is a different car. We're not running the same car twice or same vehicle twice. It looks like you throw it in a road course and well, if anybody knows anything about iRacing, Wild West Park is more of a, what would you call it? More of a dirt rally course.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of last season, I was crazy enough to ask for thoughts. I told everybody, who ran that season, give me some thoughts and I'll think about certain things, and I had a couple requests like tossing a road course and maybe doing some of the dirt trucks or something. I mean, even if it was oval or road course and all that stuff. So I kind of went ham this season. So this is the Fall Brawl 2. We're only going to do one every year, every fall. I mean, yeah, not enough time fall to do two, so this is what we get. But this time it's going to end up being, ouch, sorry, moving around, I'm getting my rig ready. It's going to be 7 weeks, 13 races. I think we got 3 or 4 more races than we had last season.
Okay.
So we got an extra week of regular season, and then we got an extra race for each of the first 2 rounds. Like you said earlier, we're doing different car every week, so we won't see the same car twice in this schedule. No fast repairs. We tried to mix up the tracks the best we could, so we didn't have a lot on there. I know Daytona, I think, is our dominant one on there, and I think more so because we also got the road course on there through there, and I think Daytona road course was just the easier of the picks since we know everybody has Daytona. So
Right.
nobody has to buy a track or anything crazy like that. I think a good half or 3/4 of our drivers already mess around with road course stuff, like the 24 hours of Daytona and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be fun. It's a little bit different. It's going to be a little wild. No fast repairs, restart zones, no tire limits, or 2 tire limits, 2 grand white checkered. Just pretty much two fast dashes each night to get some wins and hopefully bring home a championship trophy at the end of it all.
Well, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that week 2 race to the Wild West Park. Now, it looks like we're going to have a 5-lap heat races. Do you know, are we going to do a set amount of cars per heat, or are we just going to let everybody get out there and do it?
That is still up in the air. I don't know how many heats I'm going to set it to. Probably 4 or maybe 5 heats.
Okay.
We're not going to go a lot because we don't want it to drag on all night. But just like the Daytona Road Course race the next week, we're running that one and this dirt race at the end part of the night because they're definitely going to take a little bit longer than the normal 40 laps that we had planned. But in the end, all the heat races are going to be 5 laps apiece, and then the feature will be 10 laps. This race is going to be in the rain, like 100% pouring. The track is going to be slick, tacky, and it's going to be a blast.
It looks like it will be. Well, Anthony, like I said, we kind of went over that while you were taking care of what you needed to take care of. And honestly, now I figured out why that 44 car takes out the 85 every practice session. So I think that's not of your doing. I think the little ones are in there trying to take Adam out of the race.
Yeah, the weekends I got my kiddo, usually I let him run around on practice while I mess around with other stuff. And this week was just like that. And like I was talking in the actual race channel, I try to coach him up a little bit and try to get him a little bit better on his line and stuff like that, and he's still all over the place. He's only 6. So he's doing, but he does better every time. But what's funny is, and I just got done telling Adam this a little bit ago, is when I end up telling him, like, go kill Adam or go kill Jimmy, he drives as straight as can be. And he gets right to that point and he kills them. And it's like, oh, that's just so great.
That's awesome. Well, Anthony, appreciate you taking the time. I'm looking forward to this Fall Brawl series. I know it was a big hit with our viewers last year, and I think it's going to be even bigger and better this year, buddy. So thanks a lot, man. I know you guys are going to fix it to get ready to go and grid up, so we're going to get to everything. Looks like Vicente Guerrero's got our poll, so we're going to do the interview with him.
All right, sounds good, Steven. Anybody looking to sponsor any of the races for the Fall Brawl can just message Steven directly, and then he'll get a hold of me. Other than that, I will catch you guys at the beginning of the playoffs next week.
All right, brother. Have a good one. Good luck tonight, man, and we will catch you later.
All right, thank you.
See you, buddy. All right, well, folks, we are done with practice and qualifying. Vicente Guerrero going to be your leader. If I can find, there he is. We'll go ahead and bring Vicente. No presta. Oh, where'd he go? I guess he did not want to be interviewed. There he is. Vicente.
Hey, what's going on?
Man, no presta ended up taking the pole tonight, man.
Yeah, I got lucky. I don't think there's static weather here, and maybe I got a gust of wind or something. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Awesome job, bud. I mean, I know we were looking at the pre-race analytics earlier. The track temperature seemed a little bit warm. Was that affecting you at all out there on the track and during qualifying?
I didn't feel anything during qualifying. During practice, maybe a little bit, but I don't think it'll be a problem. It is getting hot behind pushing somebody pretty quick, and it takes quite a bit to time to cool it back down.
Well, I know right now the temperature on the track is sitting at 124 degrees, but you know Talladega is a rather large track, and like you said, I think it's going to take a little bit to cool those guys, to cool the cars off. Well, good luck out there, buddy. We're going to get to our starting grid, and I don't know if you want to be down in one of the rooms or not, but I'm going to let you do what you need to do, brother.
Sounds good. Thank you, man.
All right, good luck, Vicente.
Thanks.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get to our starting grid. Vicente Guerrero, your pole sitter. Everett Lane coming in P2 for the qualifying. Starting round 2, the 8 of Stephen Miles. To his outside will be the 95 of James Mayer. Starting row number 3, Adam Kilday and Rick Sanchez. Row number 4, Andrew Stacy and Robert Hooligan. Row number 5, Chris Jordan and Anthony English. Row number 6, Dana Shepard, Sean Stevens. Row 7, Andy Brigante and Jimmy Reynolds. Row number 8, Dwayne Corbett, Thomas Lockwood. Row number 9, Alex Green, Payson Lindsay, last week's winner. Starting row 10, Rick Seabrance, Jeff Crosby Jr. Starting row number 11, Andrew Zonto, Mark Mann. Row number 12, CJ Urban, Andrew Schroeder. Row 13, Greg Hulls and Bubba Whittingham. Row 14, Douglas Johnson and Lynn McNeese. And then bringing up the tail end will be the 88 of Gabe Butler. As these guys are getting ready to start the race tonight. That is your starting field as they come around the back stretch out of turn number 2. Turn that down just a little bit, like I'm going to tell you. This is our drone cam. Of course, we have our roof cams. There is your deck lid cam looking out the back of the car. And of course, we have our driver, what they're seeing, and I need to adjust that field of view. Ooh, that was maybe too much. Here we go. And of course our gyro cam. Hey, Derek Donna out there in chat. As we get ready to go green, the pace car will dive off down to pit road to get the final race of the regular season underway. Well, they'll get to that restart zone. I believe it is the United Rentals restart zone here at Talladega. It could still be Geico here. I know one of the tracks changed. Nope, I was right. United Rentals start zone. Chevyland green flag out, folks. Here we go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Racing at Talladega tonight. The final race of the regular season was Everett Lane, and we've already got a caution. Looks like Mark Mann was involved in that. Let's take a look here. Ooh, look like a checkup. Rick Sanchez got checked up there. Let's take a look here. Where is my chase cam? And I want to go up towards the front here, folks, if it will let me. And I'm going the wrong way. Sanchez looks like I don't know if he started in the wrong gear or what, but Anthony English into the back of the 915. As Sanchez goes up to the high side. And then Jimmy Reynolds, they checked up. He got right into the back of the 27. That is Sean Stevens, Thomas Lockwood. But I'm trying to see what happened to Mark. Well, Sean goes off the wall, back down into the 33, collects Mark Mann, and then C.J. Erdman and the 96, Greg Holes, right into the back of Mark Mann. That's 963. Well, that brings out our first caution already. Let me get back going here. Unfortunately, they did that right at the beginning of the race. Of course, this is the Fish Guys 250, sponsored by Mike Edgerton. I hope not, Belba. I had a yellow night Thursday night. We don't need that tonight. Anthony English looked like he was trying to get ahead of Vicente Guerrero and the 24 of Everett Lane, but didn't quite do it. Payson Lindsay opted to stay out, so he is going to be out front. Payson running that 99 car, but he's supposed to be in the 543. I see Moose Pie out there as well. Good to see you. Bubba Dub out there in a chat. Well, I think this is a good time as any to show some love for our green flag sponsor here at Maxspeed TV. Of course, we are talking about Chevyland in Shreveport, Louisiana. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, go to Chevyland.com. Take a look at their inventory. See what they have. Talk to them online. You can do everything online, from picking out your vehicle to the financing. If you can't make it to Shreveport, Louisiana, they will deliver in the lower 48 states. That is Chevyland.com in Shreveport, Louisiana. Tell them Maxspeed TV sent you, but we will be right back.
Sizzling summer savings are yours for the taking at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Save now before the price adjustments kick in. Get up to $9,000 off MSRP on select new Silverado models, or incredible 0% financing on select new Chevrolet vehicles. And the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months, no charge scheduled maintenance. Get the best deals at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland, your Silverado headquarters. Online at Chevyland.com.
And we are back. As the lights on the pace car go out, they will go double file, side-by-side racing. We're seeing Derek cheering on Dana and Chris. He's talking about Dana Shepard and Chris Jordan. And I'm looking for Chris right now. They are both right there together. Need to talk to Chris. He is sporting that Mission 22 logo. Of course, Mission 22, if you're not familiar, it is a program to help veterans in a crisis. The 22 veterans lose their lives in the United States due to suicide. Mission 22, you know, if the veteran is feeling like they need help, they can reach out to Mission 22, and it is to help stop our veterans from doing something they shouldn't do. So near and dear to my heart, being a veteran myself, but I know you know, the veterans in the parent Derek Donna and Dana Shepard's family are thick, so to speak. They got a lot of guys, or a lot of people in their family that served, and I know it's near and dear to them as well. So hats off to Chris Jordan for running that Mission 22 as the pace car dies off down to pit road once again. Payson Lindsay is going to have control of the restart as we get to that United Rentals restart zone. The Chevyland flag in the air. Chevyland green flag back out, folks. Here we go. Hopefully we can get a good run, get some green flag pit stops. Payson Lindsay off to a good start, though. With a good jump on the restart. Vicente Guerrero, Stephen Miles, right there on the outside. Trying to get a run. Everett Lane right on the bumper of Payson. See that 849, that is Andrew Stacy. Got the 43 of Dana Shepard. Now we got a car going to the outside. Alex Green going to try to make it 3 wide. He's got the 915 of Robert Hooligan in the middle, the 43 of Dana Shepard on the inside, but decides to bring it back down in line. Nobody going with him. Nobody really wanting to take it 3 wide so early in the race. He was peeking out there, hoping to have somebody go with him, but they decided not to. Stephen Miles is your leader on the outside. Vicente Guerrero drops it down in front of Payson, and down on that inside line. As we come down the back stretch, folks, we got another car going to the outside. I believe that is going to be, let's see, where is my drone cam? That is the 95 of James Mayer, getting a pretty decent run out there. Nobody really going with him as we're 3 wide right here. That is Andy Brigante down in the low line. Alex Green in the middle. James Mayer to the outside. Stephen Miles will get that lap led. Now we got some action going on back here. Andrew Zanto going to the outside. Oh, got to be careful. Got him on that outside bumper. Needs to get more in a line with him, or we're going to have a wreck here. Now he kind of gets it straightened out. Now he's right behind the 95 of James Mayer, the 13 of Andy Brigante. Not liking what he's seeing. He is falling back. Back up to the front. Vicente Guerrero dropping it back down to the inside line. Trying to get maybe some air into that 99 of Payson Lindsay. Look it out. Oh, the 915, Robert Hooligan making a move there to drop down. It gets a little bit clipped. Now he finally gets it back up onto the racing surface. Anthony English there right behind the 04 of Mark Mann. Robert needs to keep it above those double yellow lines, though. Getting down on that apron can be a little treacherous, especially with these track temperatures as hot as they are. Zanto dropping it back down to that second lane. Here comes the 27 of Sean Stevens. 38 of Thomas Lockwood joining that 3-car line. Now he drops it back down into the second lane. The 78 of Chris Jordan was peeking out to the outside. C.J. Erdman jumped to the pits. So I'm not sure if he had some issues at Toad. Here we come around turn 1 and 2 to the backstretch. Vicente Guerrero on the low side with Payson Lindsay. The 849 of Andrew Stacy, the 43 of Dana Shepard. On the inside line or middle line, you have Stephen Miles, Everett Lane, Thomas Lockwood, Alex Green. On the outside, you got Andrew Zonto, James Mayer, and the 27 of Sean Stevens. Yeah, I agree, Bill, but this is not the last lap. Ooh, a little bit out of shape by Vicente. Looks like he was trying to get to the 99 and the 533. Maybe scraped that bumper a little bit and got him a little bit loose. Back 3 wide through the corners of turns 1 and 2. Vicente Guerrero took the second line. Payson must have been getting a little bit hot. He is trying to let air get into the 99's radiator and oil cooler. Lap 10 over 100. Coming down the tri-oval here. Gonna be a lap 11 coming up. Hope everybody is doing well out there tonight. Hope everybody's having a great day. I actually got out there and grilled up some hamburgers for lunch today, and it was beautiful outside. Like I said, we're kind of in a little cool spell right now, so dropping down 100 plus degree heat index, like that's manageable. CJ Erdman coming back out on the track, but he is 3 laps down. Four wide at Talladega. 24 of Everett Lane to the outside. Vicente Guerrero getting bumped down to the apron. Everett Lane up into the wall, brings it back down into that 3rd lane. Ooh, almost down into the door of Alex Green. Dropping it back down into that 2nd line. There goes Everett Lane in front of James Mayer. Man, that was gnarly. But 4 wide, guys. That's the first time we've seen 4 wide tonight. Probably won't be the last, but hopefully it will be for a little while. That makes me nervous watching these guys go 4 wide. And I've been out there on the track in those situations, and it is, well, as Vicente likes to say, no presto. No good, no bueno. Ooh, Payson Lindsay getting a little bit loose behind Vicente, almost up into the door of the 8 of Stephen Miles. Able to maintain and keep it down on that low line, the 849. There, Andrew Stacy getting a little bit loose. Let's look back through the field. We'll start back here about that number 04. Getting into the mix, but single file. Sean Stevens back here, Anthony English, Robert Hooligan, Greg Bowles. Gante, he was screaming up that outside line. Uh-oh, we got one. That is Dana Shepard down on the apron, comes back up in front of the guy's kind of slowing down for some reason. Oh, Payson Lindsay getting loose. That's going to bring out a caution. That collected Andrew Zonto, Mark Mann, Sean Stevens. Ooh, Everett Lane hard to that inside wall. Guys finally getting it shut down. But not before the damage was done as Rick Seabrand's cutting through the grass. The 915 of Robert Hooligan. Piece of that as well. Let's take a look here. Well, it took me back here, but it actually started a little bit further up. If I can find him. It started up here with Payson Lindsay. It looked like maybe got bumped by the 849 of Andrew Stacy. Let's get on our chase cam here, and you can see that his bumper was tore up already. He is right on the bumper of the 14, and right there, Andrew Stacy hits him off center. That just collects a bunch of people. James Mayer getting involved, Andrew Zonto, Sean Stevens, and then Everett Lane. We got to rewind this a little bit, go to Everett's car, because he went hard after coming down off that outside wall. He goes hard into that inside. He cuts across the grass and just goes hard into that inside safer barrier. You see the damage of his left front wheel right there already, and then smack right into that inside wall. And I think somebody may have tagged him again. As he is trying to get back out on the track or get turned around. He has got steering damage, so he cannot steer. So he ends up towing to the pits. As we go back live here, folks, I had to do it that way because it's been giving me a little bit of problems. It looks like Sean Stevens may have taken his car behind the wall. CJ Urban now 2 laps down. Everett Lane still down on pit road. Lynn McNeese down on pit road. Greg Holes, Andrew Schroeder, Andrew Zonto, Rick Seabrands, Payson Lindsay, Mark Mann coming off of pit road now. Anthony English down there. Adam Kilday, James Mayer. These guys coming back out on the track. So looks like James is coming back out. Anthony English still down on pit road. You don't want to burn your fast repair up too early. So we see Everett Lane down there as well. He's probably going to have quite a bit of damage. So, but Stephen Miles is your leader. Alex Green sitting in second. Dana Shepard up to third. Rick Sanchez in fourth. Andrew Stacy in fifth. Jeff Crosby Jr. sixth. Thomas Lockwood in seventh. Vicente Guerrero back to eighth. Robert Hooligan ninth. And Chris Jordan coming down pit road in, well, it was in 10th. Well, Steven, you know, buddy, you could always jump into Discord. Come up here with me if you want to, sir. Daniel Parent out there showing up late for the show. Rooting on that 43 of Dana Shepard. As we are stacked up, racked up, ready to go once again. Of course, I've not heard from any of the other broadcasters, so looks like I'm going to be flying solo again tonight. While these guys are coming down the back stretch, we're going to step aside for just a second. We will be right back. Well, here we go, folks. Back at it once again. Lap 17. We'll be coming to lap 18 at the line. The pace car will dive off down to pit road. As we get ready to get started once again. As they hit that United Rentals restart zone. Chevyland green flag up in the air. Chevyland green flag back out once again, folks. Here we go. Stephen Miles up front as your leader. Dana Shepard right behind him. Alex Green to the outside. 55 of Rick Sanchez. The 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. The 14 of Vicente Guerrero. The number 9 of Dwayne Corbett trying to catch up to Stephen Miles. Dana Shepard. Andrew Stacy. Thomas Lockwood. Down on the inside line. Now Alex dropping down to the inside. That's going to allow that 33 and the 5 and the 14 to get a run on the outside line as the 8 of Stephen Miles right on the bumper of Alex Green. Hell, yeah, but man, yellows are yellows, so we know what the old saying is, caution breeds caution, so hopefully they kind of get calmed down a little bit, get things worked out. Green flag pit stops, and then that will definitely spread the field out some. You definitely want to have a pit strategy with other drivers because you do not want to pit by yourself and get out of any draft. Seen the 78. Chris Jordan, I guess he's not liking what he's seeing. Goes up high, lets some cars come around him. Now we're looking at 3 wide again. That is Adam Kilday looking to the outside right now. Got the 99 of Payson Lindsay. Here comes the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds and 13 of Andy Brigante. Jimmy does go out to that high side with the 85. Going to take this a 3 wide once again. Now we got another car going out there as well. I believe that is 915 of Robert Hooligan joining Adam Kilday and Jimmy Reynolds. Andy Brigante looking to go 3 wide here. Again, Talladega, big wide track, 3 wide. Hooligan making a move down to the inside, or that second lane in front of the 9. A little bit dicey there. Adam Kilday getting the run to the outside, coming up on the 33, kind of pushing him up towards the wall. A big wiggle there by the 3 of Alex Green, with the 5 of Rick Sanchez right behind him. Now the 38 of Thomas Lockwood trying to go to the outside. Not enough grab to get him up there. Now that is the 963 of Greg Holes. He's kind of peeking out there. Got the 094. Haven't talked too much about him. CJ Erdman. Now, CJ is still 2 laps down. Alex Green dropping it down in front of Stephen Miles, back down on the low line. That's going to leave Sanchez. Crosby Jr. I believe that is the 915 of Hooligan on the middle line. Adam Kilday still looking to the outside with Jimmy Reynolds. The 094 of Erdman as Thomas Lockwood drops it down to the second line. So well, you know, Melva, the track temperature right now is at 124 degrees. So I would say it's just a little bit slippery out there. That's going to wear on the tires a little quicker, being the temperatures are that high. The guys have just got to kind of not overcorrect. I think that's what we're seeing right here. Well, you know, I'll do most of the talking. You can help me watch him. Still love to have you up here, Steven. You know, no big deal, man. We'll get you accustomed to being up here in the booth a little bit. Right now, Alex Green, Rick Sanchez battling out for that lead. That is Alex Green on the inside of Stephen Miles, Dana Shepherd, Vicente Guerrero, and the 094 CJ Erdman. On that middle line, you've got Sanchez, Crosby Jr., Hooligan, Lockwood, Stacy, Zonto. And then on the outside is Kilday, Reynolds, Lindsay, and the 963. That is Greg Holes trying to come up to the bumper of 99.5 43 of Payson Lindsay. Now Everett Lane did make it back out on the track. Probably didn't get all of his damage done, but he is 2 laps down, and unfortunately Sean Stevens has called it a night. Still battling it up here though. Sanchez in that middle line. Green down at the bottom. Gilday up top right now, leading that third line. Kind of looking back, everybody else given plenty of space. Andy Brigante out on the outside. Bubba Winningham trying to get around, stay down at the bottom. He does have the Branch, James Mayer, Gavin Butler, Mark Mann, Chris Jordan. Oh, Dwayne Corbett falling all the way back here. Let's see, he is about 9 seconds behind the main group here. Again, drivers are trying to get into a good position, especially the ones that are below the cut line. Try to get it into a good finishing position, get into the playoffs. They're going to have a really big night. Of course, looking at our standings, right here with Johnson, Sanchez looking good right now. If he can finish up towards the front, that's going to bump him a little bit higher up on that list. Johnson's going to need a good finish, and that we're talking about Doug Johnson, who's currently in 17. Is going to have a good finish to get to above the cut line. Of course, Mark Mann as well, as we got cars going up to the high side. That is 984, or 849, I should say, of Andrew Stacy. So those guys that are right there on the bubble are really needing to have a good finish tonight. Again, we are still 3 wide up the front. Sanchez getting a decent run in the middle on that second lane. Just not enough to get around the 3 up green. Now you see some gaps happening in between cars, so guys probably starting to get a little bit warm. I think they are running at 45% fuel tonight, so we're looking about 18 laps or so before we start seeing some pit stops. Right now we're on a pretty good run as we sit about looks like about 13 laps. It's kind of hard for me to see because it's over on my OBS. So yeah, we're on a 12-lap run right now, folks. Alex Green, your leader, battling it out right now with Rick Sanchez in that middle line. 849 of Andrew Stacy out there with the 543. Well, no, I'm sorry, the 963 of Greg Holes. Still on that outside. We'll probably start seeing guys jockeying for positions. We see Adam Kilday dropping it down. to that low line. I would venture to say here pretty soon we're going to start seeing some green flag pit stops. As 99 of Payson Lindsay goes to the outside. Making that 3 wide once again. They're coming down the back stretch. Like I said, we're probably going to see some. It is Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33 Belva. He is in the Skull car. Ooh, I don't know what was going on there, but a little bit, Crosby was almost a bad bump on Sanchez. Gets the back line up. Oh, we're going to have a caution here. We've seen that in the background. That was Robert Hooligan with a massive amount of damage. Let's take a look here and see. That was Andrew Schroeder. It looked like Hooligan tried to come down to get to the low line to get ready to pit, and it was not clear. Well, he started to get loose, and Andrew Schroeder was right there. Nowhere for Andrew to go. And that sent him hard to that inside wall. Massive hit there. And that's going to cause a lot of damage to Robert's car. Looks like Robert has had to tow the pit road. Alex Green going to be your leader, though, coming to the caution of lap 31. Rick Sanchez second, Stephen Miles third, Crosby Jr. in fourth, Shepard rounding out your top 5. I see my buddy down here in the waiting or the podium winner, Stephen Luttrell, joining me up in the booth. Stephen, buddy, I seen you just a few minutes late getting here, but man, we're so glad you joined me up here in the booth tonight, bud.
Hey, what's going on? I'm going to give it my best.
Well, just you help me out. If you see something, you call it out, and we'll look at it. I'm kind of used to doing most of the talking anyway here lately, Steve.
Yeah, you're up there by yourself usually, so I know you know how to do it.
We're gonna give it our best shot here, but glad you're joining me tonight. Man, kind of well, we had a pretty good run there, about 13, 14 laps. It was looking like we were going to get some green flag pit stops, but just a little mistake out there brought out our caution. I don't know if you actually seen it before you came up here, but in my opinion, it looked like Mr. Hooligan was just a little bit loose before he was trying to make that move to come back down the low line, and really Andrew Schroeder right there, nothing he could do.
Yeah, Andrew, I did hear him on the chat saying that over the radio I would have given you the line if you wanted it, but it was just miscommunication, I think.
I think so too. But, regular season coming to an end, Stephen, and I think you were how were you sitting on this league? I don't know if you haven't got a win on Saturday. And
no, I'm not sure where I am in points on that, but I've missed a few races here on this Saturday series.
Well, nonetheless, Stephen, it's been a wild season. Of course, Anthony English looking like he was going to walk away with the wins. Well, he's got the most wins on the season now, with 4 wins on the season, even after having his little medical condition, coming back and just, man, walking away with it.
Yeah, it's wild. Before he had his scare there. He was winning every week, and he comes back and just wins every week again. We can't stop him.
He's on a different level for sure. But man, of course, we were all rooting for him. We were all praying for him. We're glad to see him back out there on the track and doing what he does best and what he loves.
Yeah, I just wish I could figure out what he does to do that so much.
I think we all do. Man, it's just like I said. There's just guys that have the knack for this, and then there's guys like us that go out there and have fun. We may not be the fastest guys on the track, but we try to race clean as we can. And of course, we got 29. Well, we had 29. We've lost Sean Stevens tonight. He's already taken his car behind the wall, but we get caught up in all this other stuff that happens. Really no fault of our own. We're just wrong place at the wrong time, bud. And and I have to agree with you. I know what you had said on Discord chat. It does get frustrating, especially when we know we can hold our own and then just get caught up in other people's stuff.
Yeah, and I'm very known for not being very aggressive, and I know I could be a more aggressive driver. I don't like to make enemies out there, and to be more aggressive, you could win more, but winning's not what it's all about, but it definitely makes it feel better. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Well, we're about to get into turns 3 and 4 here. Get to that United Reynolds restart zone. These guys need to kind of close up the field a little bit. As we see the 849 of Andrew Stacy really laying back. Got to get them kind of stacked up a little bit more and get ready to go here.
I'm not sure what's going on there. He's leaving a 2-car gap there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just guys trying to give space. I know Thursday night, man, it was kind of brutal Thursday night. It is what it is when you have quite a few cars. Well, there goes the pace car down to pit road. Doug Johnson dropping down to pit road once again. Chevyland green flag up in the air as they hit that United Rentals restart zone. Doug Johnson dropping down to pit road. Robert Hooligan down on pit road as well. The Chevrolet green flag back out once again. Here we go, folks. Lap 33 of 100. I think what we'll do is hopefully we can make it to green flag pit stop. And after that, we'll do a little bit of crank it up for the fans out there. I don't know what was going on, but man, what a lag there. Dana Shepherd kind of falling back. That kind of left Vicente Guerrero out there by himself. Well, there goes the 38 of Thomas Lockwood. I almost said Stephen Luttrell, but Stephen's up here in the booth with me.
Well, orange car.
Orange car. Yeah, kind of a weird restart right there.
I was looking back at it. It almost looks like he missed getting in 4th or something.
Maybe started in the wrong gear. I've been known to do that too, Stephen. You just kind of get caught up in the moment, getting ready to go back green, not really paying attention to what's on your dashboard.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think he started.
Like I said, it happens. It just, you forget what you're doing at times, and then all of a sudden I've got a weird line in my screen. I know I had to log out of the session. And log back in because I raced Friday night with another league, and I had my triples set up instead of my broadcast set up.
Oh, that'll make it hard to watch.
Yeah. Hey, ginger parent out there. Says Dana better not be having snacks while he's driving.
Well, yeah, that's hard for me to do too. I'm in a motion blue and VR and I race, so I can't.
Oh, good Lord. I tried VR one time, Steve, and I'm going to tell you, dude, that did not work out well for me.
it took a while to get used to. I had to go in 10-minute spurts for a while, but now I can go for hours.
Not me. I did it for about 5 minutes, and I was started getting a real bad motion sickness. I almost had to holler at the missus and tell her to bring me some of her Dramamine to help kind of calm it down. But Vicente Guerrero right now out to the front. What was you going to say, brother?
Oh, I was just going to say what's funny is now if I turn off the motion rig, I get motion sickness.
Oh, God. Man, we had a 4 wide situation earlier. But Payson Lindsay on that third lane with the 849 of Andrew Stacy, making it 3 wide once again. That is the 963, actually, of Greg Holes in the middle. Now the 094 of CJ Urban jumping to the outside. Thomas Lockwood, Dana Shepard. That is the 963 of Greg Holes right there in the middle lane. Payson falling back. Andrew Stacy dropped it down. Did not like being out there 3 wide, so he is going to lose some spots as he does get it back down. Now, CJ Urban. Ooh, car getting loose down on the apron. I think that was the 9 of Dwayne Corbett. But what a save. Get it back up on the track safely. Everybody else kind of single files. Andrew Zonto looking to make it a run outside of Rick Sanchez, coming up around the outside of 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. We're back 3 wide up towards the front. That is, I believe that is the 963 of Greg Hulse to the outside. Now CJ Urban jumping out there as well as Payson Lindsay.
They are definitely dedicated to this 1 lane thing right now. There we go. Second lane starting to flow. That'll help Thomas up front.
Yes, it will. But man, these guys now. Oh, 963 around down into the 78 of Chris Jordan. That's going to bring out another caution. Guys getting it shut down. Several guys getting maybe a piece of it. That happened right there with the 963. Let's take a look here as he toes back to the pits. Oh, Andrew Schroeder. We see that right there. It looks like James Mayer may have got into the back of him just a little bit. Let's look at James Mayer go on a chase view here. You see the 963 or the 96 up out there. James Mayer kind of looking to the outside. The 996, 963 goes back out. Really nowhere for James to go or do. 963 didn't give him enough room. Well, that just sends him down into the door of the 78. And right back in front of James. And then James, man, loses his hood. Just a, I don't know what to say on that. Just a bad decision.
I've been looking at it over and over here, and it just looks like Greg was moving up to. He saw James going to the outside and was going to jump up there with him, and it was just ill-timed, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's going to bring out another caution. Of course, we had the early caution right on the start of the race. Hey.
And also with track temps being 121 degrees, that's not going to be easy to do there.
Yeah, it is. That just, you know, we were talking about that earlier, but Jeremy Medlock out there in chat saying 2 Stevens in the broadcast booth tonight, and he's welcoming you to the show. Now, I guess now we got Stephen Luttrell, Stephen Lane. We could actually call this SL squared.
Oh, wow. Yeah, 2 SLs in.
Because, you know, Josh Medlock and Jeremy Medlock, they call themselves JM squared. So tonight, SL squared. Why not?
What a coincidence.
Exactly. And of course, William out there rooting on you, even though you're up in the broadcast booth with me.
Yep, he'll root me on no matter what I'm doing.
Exactly. Oh. Well, guys, I got my coffee here. Got some good company up here. Stephen Luttrell joining me up here tonight in the booth. Again, Stephen unfortunately didn't make the race in time, so offered to have him come up here and kind of help me keep an eye on things. And Stephen, again, I'm glad to have you up here, buddy. Thanks for joining me tonight.
Yeah, you bet. It's different being up here, not racing or not right after a race.
Right?
Yeah, I could definitely tell that you can keep up with this stuff way better than I can.
Well, believe it or not, when I first started, I started out with OP as a driver, and of course, being new to iRacing, I really didn't know any of these guys. You know, some of them, most of them were real helpful and trying to help me get set up. And of course, when I first started, I was sitting at a desk with a single monitor, and well, now I've got a full racing cockpit, triple monitor set up, and all the stuff. 2 computers going right now, Steven. I got one running my YouTube and the broadcast out there, so everybody can see us and I can see the chat. I got one screen with Discord. I got one screen with my timing screen. I got iRacing in the middle. Well, then the OBS on the other screen, so I've got a full command center going on here.
You definitely need it for doing something like this.
Well, Jeremy, I offered to your brother, if y'all didn't make, that y'all could come up here in the booth with me, and well, I guess y'all decided to not do anything tonight, so to speak. Well, Stephen, we are coming down the backstretch. What do you think we're going to see for, well, I guess the last half of this race?
Well, I see that Alex Green, he was leading all that. Now he's back in 13th after the pit stops. We're going to see the 5 for sure is going to be up front, and the 44. Those guys that are always up front, we're going to see them up front, and it's just a matter of time. But is the 44 going to win? He's already got 4. Can he just let somebody else have it?
Well, you know him. If he gets into a position, he's just not going to let anybody have it. But, you know, he is one of the staples, always known to be up towards the front. I do see him trying to get back up there. Of course, he wants to win the race, but we'll see what happens as we get ready to go back green here. I don't know why we're seeing so big of a gap. Andrew Stacy falling way off of the 38 of Thomas Lockwood. I don't know if he is trying to do something he shouldn't be doing, but he does finally close the gap as we get ready to go green. Vicente Guerrero, your leader, as we hit that United Rentals restart zone. The Chevrolet green flag back up in the air. Out waving once again, Chevrolet green flag. Lap 41 of 100 underway. Lap 42 at the line. Eric W. joining us out there in chat. Good evening, Eric. Good to see you out there, buddy. We get coming around turns of 1 and 2. Vicente Guerrero, Thomas Lockwood getting a good run. Ooh! Stephen Miles dropping it down from the second lane right there in front of Andrew Stacy. Thought wasn't going to have enough room, but don't count out this guy either, the 43 of Dana Shepherd. He is up 7 spots right now in 5th place. He's going to need some help from that 78 of Chris Jordan to get pushed back up to the front. But our biggest mover right now is the 388 of Doug Johnson. Doug, Stephen, according to the points, he is just below the cut line, 12 points below the cut line. He's going to need a good finish tonight to secure a spot in the playoffs.
Definitely going to have to push himself to get, top 5. But again, that comes in with what I was saying earlier. You got to be aggressive. And it's hard to do, but you gotta do it sometimes. hate to be biased here, but I got 3 of my teammates on so in a line. So I hate to root for, while I'm up in the booth, but hey, I got to do it.
Well, we always ask people who their picks are. There's no problem. Oh, Kilday getting loose. That sends Jordan up to the wall. Oh, Doug Johnson's starting to blink out. But Payson Lindsay there, looking at him, he was making some pretty aggressive moves. Somehow was able to survive.
Wow, that was wild.
Now we got one falling back. That is 13 of the Falling back a little bit. Now the 094, I just seen that right there, running up in front of the 44. The 44 using that 094 to his advantage to get caught up with that lead pack. Now Thomas Lockwood to the outside, or second lane, I should say, of Vicente Guerrero down on the inside of Stephen Miles. Now, as a driver, Stephen, track temperatures being as hot as they are, Vicente was kind of talking about at the beginning of the race, the temperatures of the car is going to rise fairly quickly and really be hard to cool down.
Yeah, pushing's going to be an issue. I didn't look at the humidity either. Now the humidity's not terrible. It's going to be hard to push. You're going to have to back off or cool it off.
Well, that's what we were talking about. Of course, I was talking to somebody earlier today about Monday night. Kind of caught me off guard. You guys got some jokers on that Monday night team, especially with the admins. Speaking of admins, you see the 44 man all the way up to the front already, but change y'all's team name from No Presta to No Pasta.
I noticed that. We have no idea who did it. I don't know.
I actually know who did it. I'm not going to say, but I actually know who did it, and we're just going to leave it at that. But that caught me a little bit off guard when I went to interview Vicente, and I think you last Monday night, and it just kind of it would just hit me as funny.
I might vote with the team and see if we can just change our team name to that instead.
Oh man, but I gotta tell you, that 094 CJ Erdman was 3 laps down, Steven, back on the lead lap, up 22 spots, is your leader right now.
Yeah, that's super speedway racing can be that way. You just gotta stick with it and hope you get those lucky dogs.
We are still 3 wide. That is CJ Urban down on the inside with Stephen Miles, Andrew Stacy, and Doug Johnson. And now in the second line, Vicente Guerrero, Thomas Lockwood, Dana Shepard. Looks like Adam Kilday. And then that outside third lane, you've got Anthony English, James Mayer, and Alex Green. As Vicente Guerrero gets enough of a run to get around C.J. Irvin to take the lead at the line. We are still 3 wide, about 4 rows deep. Payson Lindsay jumping to the outside. And then back to the rest of the field, though, just past that 9 of Dwayne Corbett. We are single file. Jimmy Reynolds, Lynn McNeese, Andy Brigante back there as well. Andrew Zonto, Chris Jordan. Chris is looking to the outside. Got a decent run by himself, which is kind of shocking.
Sometimes you can make it work if you can get a hard enough side draft, but to not lose so much. But he's going to have to find somewhere to follow.
Yeah, as we are, let me look at my picture. I can get that pulled up here. 8 laps into this run. Of course, I think we're running 45% fuel tonight. That may have been, look that up real quick on your end and see what they're running on fuel percentage. So I'm guessing it's going to be somewhere around the probably the 15 to 17 lap mark on fuel.
Yeah, it's usually right between 14 and 16 laps. I'm trying to look it up here.
Stephen Miles getting pushed out in front of Vicente Guerrero. Adam Kilday jumping to the outside in front of the 44 of Anthony English. And we got 4 cars back out on that 3rd lane. Of course, those 4 guys out there, Kilday, English, Mayer, and Green, all do work together and work together well. Get those 4 guys together. They're tough to beat.
All the guys, all the past champions in the OP, they're always hard to beat, but that's why I always put my bumper on their rear bumper and just follow them wherever they go, because they're going to find their way up to the front.
Yes, they are, and we are still 3 wide right here with Miles on the bottom and Adam Kilday in the middle. Anthony English trying to get that run on that 3rd lane, but of course, man, it's just like that 3rd lane is losing momentum into the corner as Anthony English drops it down into the 2nd line.
I heard him on the radio calling for pit stops.
Okay, so we're getting close. We are halfway through this race, the final season race, final regular season race, before we get to the playoffs. We've got to keep an eye on this out here. Kilday and Thomas Lockwood getting hooked up, but Lockwood really getting Kilday a little bit out of sort.
Yeah, that can be easy to do when the track's this hot. I mean, you gotta push, but then again, the track temperature just makes it so slick, makes it really hard.
Well, if you're gonna bump track, you gotta hit them square. Especially like you said, with the track temperature being 124 degrees. If you don't hit bump trap square, you catch them just a little bit off of center. It's definitely gonna make these cars get out of shape quick.
Yeah, it's really easy to do. I try to just hang around. It's really hard, but I try to hang around with 95% throttle, not put it 100% whenever I've got somebody behind me and in front of me, you know. It's not easy, but it's doable.
Yeah, Stephen Miles jumping up to that 2nd lane. We're going to try to get a little bit of air into that 14. There's the 85 right on the bumper of Miles. Kind of keeping an eye on this lead group here, calling for pit stops. So we're kind of keeping an eye again, see where we're at on lap 12 on this run right now. So
laps ago, they went in by themselves and they're back here by themselves. Nobody else has gone in a while. They must have not pitted earlier or something, or they're playing some sort of strategy.
Well, Gabe Butler and Everett Lane both are a lap down, so they are, well, I show Gabe still on the lead lap, I guess. But they are back here. They're about 9 seconds, or I should say, no, they're about 41 seconds ahead of, or behind that lead group. So they're going to have to figure something out as we're back up to the front. Miles back down on the bottom. Payson Lindsay looking to the outside once again, but no help going with him. He's not going to get much of a run. Out there by himself is James Mayer looking to close the gap, but Payson had enough room to get it back down in that 2nd line.
I think Mayer may have backed out and let him back down.
He could have, but now
he wants to go to the 3rd lane, but he can't get anybody to go with him.
No, that's what we were kind of watching. I was seeing if James goes with him, but you know, getting this close to, well, I know it's an aviation term, but bingo fuel, out of fuel, then you know, you got to set yourself up to where you get to that bottom line, because you have to pit from that very inside lane. That is part of the rules.
It is you can pit from the 2nd lane, but it is very hard to get down into that 1st lane when nobody's going to let you in, because if they let you in, then they're going backwards. So it's really hard to get down there when it comes real close to time to fuel. You got to make sure you're down there.
We should start seeing. Well, there goes Zonto. Look like Zonto. Oh, he just went down on the apron, come back up on the racing service. I thought, well, there goes Zonto getting ready to pit. But as we come around turns number 3 and 4 here, there goes the 094 of CJ Erdman. He is coming down pit road by himself. Not a good idea.
Yes, I heard him call for pit. Nobody else called to pit, and ended up down there by himself. That's never good.
Oh, the 85 going up to the high side. Nobody going with him, and he may be getting to the point where he is low on fuel, trying to get back. Now we got cars. And we got a wreck. Bubba Winningham, the 84. Oh, the 963 hard into Bubba. Let's take a look here at what happened. If it's going to let me. Of course it's not. SDK being weird here, so let's go back here at the yellow flag. I started up towards the front with James Mayer and Jeff Crosby Jr.
Oh, it looks like just an off-kilter push.
Got him on the right side and then hooks him, sends him to the outside wall. I think that was Andrew Stacy, not Jeff Crosby Jr. And then Rick Seabrand's right into the back of James. But then I think this had already happened with Bubba. And that is the 963 of Robert Hooligan. But looks like maybe Lynn McNeese checks up. Bubba goes to check up. Andy Brigante right there. Does he get into the back of Bubba? He does. Well, that sends Bubba up into the 84 of Lynn McNeese. Bubba goes up to that outside wall. You see James Mayer hitting the wall in front of him. And then here comes the 963 of Greg Holes just right into the back of Bubba.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Andy Brigante he couldn't see the wreck happening. He had a car, a windshield full of back bumper. He couldn't see it happening and couldn't get checked up in time.
Well, that's definitely going to change the landscape of the fields. Andrew Zonto out in the lead. Rick Sanchez second. Andrew Stacy third. Alex Green fourth. Payson Lindsay fifth. Then we have Miles, Guerrero, Johnson, Reynolds, and Shepard rounding out your top 10. Well, guys, we're going to step aside for just a second and hear from our Green Flag sponsor once again. And, by the way, my nephew Dylan out there saying I need glasses, but when I'm trying to look at a wreck, Dylan, I can't really look at chat. I got to see what I'm doing. But glad you're out there anyway, by the way, Dylan. Good to see you out there, buddy. We're going to step aside for just a second, folks. We will be right back.
Sizzling summer savings are yours for the taking at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Save now before the price adjustments kick in. Get up to $9,000 off MSRP on select new Silverado models or incredible 0% financing on select new Chevrolet vehicles. And the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months, no charge scheduled maintenance. Get the best deals at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Your Silverado headquarters. Online at Chevyland.com.
And we are back. These guys are coming back around. You'll see, well, there'll be some guys that'll go ahead and jump back down the pit road, top off real quick. So Stephen, the Dylan Lane that's out there in the YouTube chat, that is my brother's son. That's my nephew. Was living with me there for a little bit. Now he's out on his own, driving a truck across country, working for a trucking company, U.S. Express. I'm sure a lot of people's heard of it. But where are you at now, Dylan? When you coming back in? Maryland. Oh, yeah. I don't think you're going to be in this weekend.
Maryland. Yeah, I deal with USXI. Is that what it is?
U.S. Express. I think the parent company is actually Variant, but the trailers all say U.S. Express. I actually built or painted a truck for him, Stephen, that has the Variant U.S. Express with the gunmetal gray. It turned out pretty good.
Yeah, I paint all my own cars, and because I'm too dang picky to have someone else do it for me, so I gotta paint all my own.
My wife just came in, grabbed my coffee cup, gonna get me a fresh cup of coffee as we get ready to go back green. But now it looks like we've changed. Looks like Zonto May went to the pit road once again. Rick Sanchez going to be your leader. Andrew Stacy in second. Vicente Guerrero third. Stephen Miles fourth. And Jimmy Reynolds rounding out your top 10. Dana Shepard, he is right there in a seventh. Doug Johnson up 21 spots, our biggest mover right now in sixth place. Like you said, top 10, top 5 will probably definitely get Douglas above the cut line.
Yeah, how many races are left here?
Well, tonight is the last race of the regular season, so we're going to get our top 16 drivers figured out tonight. The next week will be the first round of 16, so we'll have 3 races for the round of 16, 2 races for the round of 8, and then we'll have the 1 race for the top 4. Well, here we go. Chevrolet green flag in the air, and it is flying once again. They are on the loud pedal, like 59 of 100. Rick Sanchez gets a great start. Unfortunately, Stephen Miles was not there to keep up with him.
Yeah, sometimes a great start like that can hurt you.
Yeah, especially if you don't have the help behind you to keep you out there. But that 849 of Andrew Stacy did close the door. But here comes Vicente Guerrero to the outside with Doug Johnson and Chris Jordan right there together. That is a 6 above Winningham. Going to take a 3 wide 99 of Payson Lindsay. Going out there with him, Andy Brigante as well. It was looking like Alex Green was looking, and he does go out to that outside line to make it 3 wide once again. About 4 rows deep.
If there's any track you're going to do it.
I think this is the only track other than iRacing Super Speedway where you could go 3 wide comfortably.
Yeah, comfortably. That's the key word. Yeah, you can do it comfortably. Because Daytona, you could do it, but being on the outside is definitely harder to do at Daytona.
Yeah, and 08 Daytona. I can't tell you how much I hate that track.
Yeah, it's not a fun one. Oh,
a little
Alex
bit
Green getting a little hook there.
Yeah, and that sent the 38 of Thomas Lockwood up in the wall. No caution, though, but he is going to have a lot of damage on his car, Steve, as he is losing a lot of time. I say that, and, well, on my screen, it really don't look too bad.
Well, no. Don't look bad here either. But he did lose the draft, but as long as his car's not tore up, it should be all right.
Yeah, and he is running 180 mile an hour by himself, 181, so he is gaining speed, but like you said, he's lost the draft. So we've got a new leader, the 6 of Bubba Winningham, taking over the lead. Douglas Johnson is really blinking out, and that's, you know, that's, as a driver myself, man, it's scary to see somebody get in and out like that because, well, you don't know where they're going to reappear at.
Oh, that is the most terrifying thing. Especially 100 miles an hour. You don't know. If are they still there? Are they going to appear next to you? You know, it's terrifying.
I was fixing to say, look at the run that Schroeder and English are having. Back in the line, looked like they were on pace to really just outrun the rest of the field. Maybe they lost a little bit of it, let out of it a little bit, I don't know. But now Brigante and Schroeder looking back to the outside once again. Going to try to get around to 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Those 3 cars on that second row, again, you can't fall asleep on those 3 guys either. That's the 17 of Reynolds, Jimmy the 3 of Alex Green, and the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Now Sanchez looking to move to the second lane. That's going to leave Stephen Miles, Vicente Guerrero, Bubba Winningham, Dana Shepard, 388 of Doug Johnson, Chris Jordan down on that inside line.
These two, the 8 and the 14, they work really well together. So they're gonna hang on to this front as hard as they can.
Yeah, and the problem, you know, oh, we say that. Hang on.
I say they work well together.
What a save by the 14 and the 8. Wow.
And the caution comes out. That helps out Thomas Lockwood.
Oh, Everett Lane looks like
himself.
Everett Lane looks like he got spun around. Let's see if this thing will take a look here. As we see, looks like there was a check up, Everett Lane, and then 84 of Liam McNeese get tangled up. Looks like it was really unintentional. Oh, the 96, just a victim of circumstance coming off of pit road.
Yeah, it was all that happening up front, caused everybody to check up, and Lynn McNeese just didn't see it coming.
Yep, just nowhere for Lynn to go. Gets into the back of the 24 of Everett Lane. And unfortunately, Everett is already a lap down. So that is not going to help the cause for Everett at all. Lap 66 of 100 in the books as they were racing, trying to catch up to the pace car. Now they got to stay behind the pace car. Guys, got to get shut down before you get to it. Again, we got to give a big shout out to Mr. Mike Edgerton for sponsoring tonight's race. Again, this is the final race of the regular season. The Fish Guys 250. Right here on Maxspeed TV. Myself, Stephen Lane, up in the booth. With me tonight is the one and only Stephen Luttrell. Stephen was nice enough to join me up here tonight to give me a hand. So, well, again, we're calling it SL Squared tonight, folks.
SL Squared. I like it.
So, well, guys, we're going to watch these guys come down pit road. We're going to step aside for a quick break. But myself and Mr. Luttrell will be back here shortly. Hang tight. We will be back. All right, folks, we are back. Had to take a little bit of a break there, kind of calm our voices down. Where is my mouse at? There it is. Right now, Steve, Chris Jordan is your leader, which glad to see him up front. I want to bring him up here for just a second because he is running that Mission 22 paint scheme. Steve, or Chris, man, we want to talk a little bit about your paint scheme. Of course, it looks like maybe, one of the Depth Graphics guys created that for you.
Yeah, that would be Dan. Yeah, it's an sim racing accessory paint, but the guy that runs that is a veteran, and he's a big supporter of Mission 22. It's a really cool paint scheme.
It is, and you know, me being a veteran myself, I do run the Mission 22 logos on some of my cars that I run. Very noble cause that those people do. Of course, it's you know, United in the War Against Veteran Suicide is what says on your car. They're a good organization, man, and it's so proud that you know, guys will you know, kind of share that and show that on their cars out here.
Oh yeah, I love supporting the veterans. It's a really nice paint scheme, and it's nice to support my friend's business as well. It's a pretty cool paint. You could always Dan might have made this available for like everybody to run, DEP Graphics. But yeah, it's a really great paint scheme. I love running it. I love running all the paints he makes for me. But yeah, this one's pretty special.
Well, it looks like you guys are fixing to go back green. Chris, thanks for taking the time to visit with us. We'll get you back down there with Dana, and good luck for the rest of the race, brother.
All right, thank you very much. You have a good night.
All right, we are fixing to go back green here. Steve, you still with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to see if that paint, if I can find that paint on here. It's available.
That is pretty cool paint. Got the hidden camouflage in there. So, man, what a good cause as well. Well, as the pace car dives off down to pit road, we're seeing some movement here. Look like guys trying to get back into position before the start. There's 84 Lynn McNeese finally gets in the spot. A Chevrolet green flag back out once again, folks. Will be lap 67 at the line. Getting back going green, and I know. So I said we were going to do this at lap 50, but since we just come off of a caution stop, when we hit the line, we'll go ahead and step aside and do a little bit of crank it up here for our fans tonight. So
Let's just, they need to keep it together.
yep, after this next lap, they'll have 31 to go to finish out. Now they won't be able to make the full length of the finish, but I'm saying at least 2 more pit stops, at least.
Yeah, there would have to be 2 more at the very least. Just if it doesn't go, if we don't get a caution, hopefully we don't.
Well, let's hope not. As we hit the line, folks, we're going to step aside. Here we go. A little bit of crank it up here tonight on Maxspeed TV. folks, we were enjoying a little bit of Crank It Up, and the caution came out. Looks like we got several drivers involved. We see the 84 of Lynn McNeese dropping down to the apron. I think he got maybe bumped a little too hard. We're going to kind of back this up a little bit. Or did he get down? Looks like he might have just got down on the apron. Oh, he got loose.
Oh, he sure did. Yeah, he's got some damage on the rear of that car. It might be affecting the spoiler there.
He gets loose. You see the rear kind of switch sides. Kind of gets out of whack. He comes back up on the track.
Yeah, when you get down on the apron at these speeds, it's hard to keep it down there. It just wants to get back up on the track.
Yeah, and getting down with these temperatures, it gets hot. Now, the 44 of Anthony English was trying to miss the 78 of Chris Jordan. Gets into Andrew Zonto. Back down. Vicente Guerrero ends up catching Anthony. That sends Anthony sideways back up to the outside wall. Does he keep it off of the wall? Oh, looks like he does. Greg Hull's trying to miss. He ends up hitting Anthony in the left front fender. Guys are just trying to avoid everything. Well, that's going to bring out another caution. As we go back live, guys are coming back down pit road. But still, even now with this caution, still they're going to have at least 2 pit stops.
Yeah, they're still stuck with 2 pit stops. That green flag just wasn't enough. Looks like most of these people got away with very little damage, but got some good cars involved in that.
Yeah, it looks like we have lost several drivers. Looks like James Mayer has taken his car behind the wall. Robert Hooligan as well, and Sean Stevens. Well, I think Robert's still down on pit road, but Sean Stevens has taken his behind the wall. James Mayer as well. Greg Hulls is down on pit road. Lynn McNeese, Andrew Zonto, Thomas Lockwood, Anthony English, and Everett Lane.
Yeah, Anthony English was involved in it, but I don't think that's going to stop him.
No, I don't think he had that much damage. We'll see. Right now it looks like he's... I am live, I'm pretty sure. Looks like he's been... Anthony's getting right side tires now, so he should be coming back out. Yep. But right now, Sanchez, your leader. Reynolds in at second. Crosby Jr. third. Green in fourth. And Butler back up into the top 5. Gabe is actually our biggest mover right now, up 24 spots. So he started back towards the back of the field. I guess really in last place, and now he's back up into 5th, but he is coming back down pit road, so he's going to be losing some spots, as well as Bubba Winningham. Then he's got most of his stuff fixed, looks like, as well as Everett Lane, Greg Hulls. Again, looks like James Mayer, Robert Hooligan, and Sean Stevens all out of the race.
Yep, just not sure how many fast repairs were used there.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I mean, with ATVO, we had a, it showed us who used their fast repair and who didn't. But unfortunately, SDK does not give me that option. At least I haven't found it yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that.
But I've got to get a shout out to the Nerditudes guys for building the template that you see out there on YouTube with the SDK overlay. They did an amazing job. They do a great job with all of the overlays and stuff, and just a good group of guys. Of course, Peter DeBorgia and Dustin Loxton, great guys. They took time out of their schedule to kind of show me the ropes with SDK on how to work the controls and what to do with them, and well, I'm still trying to figure it out, but man, I'm going to tell you, SDK is a lot different than ATVO because there's a lot more HTML coding involved, and honestly, I'm not that computer literate.
Yeah, I am. I just don't like to admit it to people. I know a lot of HTML. I know a lot of programming languages. I hate that I'm putting this out there.
Yeah, I don't know. Belville's got a good question. How can you be in pits and be in first at the same time? Well, let's refresh that, because he is not in the pit. He is your leader. She's talking about the 5 of Rick Sanchez. The Chevy Land green flag back out once again here, folks. We get back going, lap 73 of 100. Oh, Eric W. says, I know HTML, but it's HTML5 now.
Yeah.
Again, I have no idea what you're talking about. It's got to be the type of coding, from the old HTML to the HTML5, I guess.
Yeah, it's just an updated language. HTML5's been out for quite a while now.
Well, again, I know nothing about it, so I like to push buttons. That's all I'm good for. So, as we are going here, Sanchez down on the bottom line, he has that 33 of Crosby Jr., the 43 of Dana Shepard, the 13 of Andy Brigante, 85 of Adam Kilday, right there, the first 5 cars on the low line. Then the second lane, you got Jimmy Reynolds, Alex Green, the 094 I heard a what'd you see?
Somebody in the back just nailed the wall.
That would have been Greg Holes, but he has taken his car and towed it to pit road.
I'm going to say that was a hardware failure.
Probably was.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. He was going through the tri-oval and just took a hard right straight into the wall.
Yeah. Something disconnected, and yeah, we've seen that a lot. Well, I've seen it last few races where guys have lost their... Bubba Winningham getting turned around. That's going to bring out yet another caution. We were kind of on that. Looked like he might have saved it from getting a lot of damage.
Yeah, I was just watching that. He really did a good job keeping that from getting a lot of damage on it.
Well, there's the 96 you were talking about. Coming through the trouble, yeah, just a straight right into the wall. He had no steering whatsoever, so...
Yeah, I hate when that happens. That happens to me every now and then with the VR. I've never had the steering wheel disconnect, but the VR just goes blank. It's terrible.
We're on Bubba right now, as he was 3 wide. He was out there with Jimmy Reynolds. And right behind him, like maybe Lynn got into the back of him a little too much. Let's speed this up a little bit. It was right here. Bubba comes down. Oh, he comes down, and Lynn was just right there. Bubba was right behind the 06 of Andrew Zonto. Andrew goes down, doors the 17, or gets close to the 17. It looked like Bubba may have been just trying to follow him. A little bit of netco, but then the 84 and the 6 of Bubba Winningham get caught up together. He tries to straighten him out. And then Bubba, did he hit the wall? Ever so, just barely.
Tapped it. Yeah, I've been in his shoes there. You're focused on the car in front of you, and he makes a sudden move, and you just kind of follow him just out of muscle memory.
Yeah, I want to try to catch up with Bubba here in just a second. I want to wait till he kind of comes off pit road. Here we go. Let's bring Bubba up here, and we'll just kind of see what he was feeling there. Bubba Whittingham, yes, the SL squared, Stephen Lane, Stephen Luttrell up here in the booth. Kind of
hey, boys.
Trying to steal some of Jeremy and Joshua's thunder there. But, man, looked like you were following Andrew and just didn't realize how close you were to Lynn.
That's exactly right. That's what you call a total loss of talent. It was. I had no intention of going down to the inside. Was kind of squeezing down, and then next thing you know, I felt, well, Lynn's in the chat with me, and Lynn said, not there. I killed him. So I hate that, man. I hate messing up. But anyways.
From our point of view, Bubba, it looked like you were really focused in on Andrew Zonto. He goes down, you kind of follow him down, and then
one stay up. Yep.
When he went back up, you just kind of stayed there like, uh-oh, and then it was too late. Netcode actually kind of started it because there was a gap between you and Lynn before y'all made contact, but I think inevitably y'all would have touched anyway.
Yeah, it was just like I said. It could have been avoided. I just needed to stay up a little higher line just now, and that we would have kept. We'd still be running right now.
Well,
yeah, that's a mistake we've all made. Every one of us has done it.
It was. It's been some good racing. I've been trying to chill out at the back until. So I'm one of those. I'm two spots below the cut line. To figure I need at least a top 5 to have a shot with some luck. So we'll see how it all works out here.
I was fixing to say, you got 23 laps to go, Bubba. Anything can happen. Good luck. And, man, I hate that you got into your teammate there, but, that's just, it's racing. It's part of racing. And,
I just hate it for the other guys that got caught up in that thing, too, because I had 5 seconds and he had about 60 seconds. And so I just hate that I wrecked up the darn field like that, so.
Well, he's still there with you guys. He's actually catching up. But still got, 23 laps to go. Like I said, anything can happen.
That's right, buddy.
All right, brother. Well, good luck, man. And again, big shout out. Of course, we got to thank you and Chevyland for the green flag sponsorship here at Maxspeed TV. Appreciate all that you and Chevyland does for all of our leagues, bud.
I appreciate Steven Squared tonight. It's great. Thank you. Thanks for broadcasting, guys.
Yeah, we'll see you later, Bubba.
Bye, man.
All right, get him moved back down there. Man, my Discord is acting weird. Are you having issues with yours, Steve?
I haven't noticed anything.
Well, Eric W. out there showing me a car that he is making, I guess, for the Maxspeed TV website. And, well, dude, he's got the fish guys on there, too, with all the sponsors for that Maxspeed TV and the sponsors that sponsor races. And
that's really cool.
Yeah, it is. So, well, Eric, that looks good, dude. Well, a lot of our race sponsors or the league sponsor get the sponsors for the race. They don't necessarily sponsor Maxspeed TV. As the Chevrolet Green Flag back out once again. CJ Urban on the Alpha, getting a great jump. But if you look at the front 3 cars, that is the 094 CJ Urban, the 849 of Andrew Stacy, showing the 99 on the car, but the 543 of Payson Lindsay. All those guys are running in the same team channels, so you can almost bet that these guys are all working together to stay out to the front.
It's definitely a team sport.
Absolutely. But to finish what I was saying, Eric, Eric Steven he does a great job with paints. He's created several of mine, especially my Looney Tunes Chevy Silverado. I love running that paint scheme. It is so cool. It's got Wally Coyote on it. Yeah, he does an amazing work. And,
yeah, I've seen that paint. I can't remember where I saw it, but I know I've seen that paint. I giggled when I saw it. I like it.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones because the tailgate, it's got Wally Coyote with that big old crap-eating grin that he always has, especially when something bad's about to happen or he does something stupid.
That sounds like
yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, he is making a car to put on the Maxspeed TV website. Now, the one that's on there now, the gray and the teal color I created for the next gen car that I was running in a league, and I actually like that car.
I can't stand that car. I don't know. I don't like the idea of it. They turned it into a sports car.
Yeah, it depends on what's track. I mean, the shorter tracks, it doesn't do that well on, but the bigger tracks, there's such a draft dominant car, and if you get out of the draft with those things, you're done, absolutely done. Even worse than these Infinity cars.
Yeah, the next gen car, you're just a giant. Hop out of line for just a second. It's just a giant parachute.
Yeah, it looked like we fixed to have a little bit of action here. Rick Sanchez right on the bumper of Payson Lindsay. A little bit of a check up there. Payson got a little bit loose when Rick got into the back of him, but man, we're back 3 wide. Out to the outside, you have the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. And the guy we just talked to, the 6 of Bubba Winningham, and the 38 of Thomas Lockwood. Excuse me. Then on that middle line, Steve Miles. That is the 43 of Dana Shepard and Payson Lindsay.
Blown engine.
Uh-oh. That was Rick Sanchez.
Yeah, sure was.
Fortunately, looks like he's going to carry enough speed to get him down and into pit road. Hopefully,
we're going to find out if he's got a fast repair.
Yeah, and hopefully he's got enough speed to make it to his pit box. He is way up there. He is coming up on it now. He is right there in front of the 915 of Hooligan, and he does make it to his pit box. It looks like he is having his fast repair to use it. He is back rolling. Now Andy Brigante, new leader. Andy out front. Ooh, Lynn McNeese back there getting a little bit loose. But Andy Brigante, Adam Kilday, Alex Green, CJ Erdman, Jim Crosby Jr. Stephen Miles, Dana Shepard still in the middle with Payson Lindsay. Vicente Guerrero, Bubba Winningham, Thomas Lockwood, now Andrew Delanto making that third lane as Andrew drops it back down. Oh, Bubba getting hooked again. Oh, that's going to bring out, is that going to bring out a caution? Bubba back here trying to keep it under control. And how in the world did that just happen?
I don't know. That really should have been a yellow. I don't know.
Bubba was almost completely sideways in the middle of the track. Somehow he gets it back under control. No caution, 17 to go. That's that 3 wide we were talking about, guys. With the track temperatures at 120 something degrees, bump drafting is really touchy. You have to be perfectly square. Now, the Xfinity cars aren't as bad, I don't think. Well, no, I'm trying to remember which one with the bump grass thing, but help me out. Was it the...
It was this car. They have since fixed it. It's still there, but it's not quite as bad.
Okay.
But you still got to be quite square with somebody. Well, especially with this heat. Oh, we got pit stops.
We got pit stops going on. Alex Green leading this group down with Adam Kilday. Alex to the grass. Unfortunately, hard into the inside wall. But Adam Kilday, Alex Green, Jeff Crosby Jr., Anthony English, Rick Seabrands, Mark Mann, Dwayne Corbett, Chris Jordan, Lynn McNeese, and Bubba Winningham all coming down pit road. Well, that's going to spread these guys out just a little bit, Steven, as we get ready. We're going to pit out here about 9 laps. So, yeah, we're short run for a pit stop to finish out the race.
Yep, they're definitely in their window to finish the race out from here.
Well, here comes. Yep, here comes Stephen Miles. He is, well, no, yeah, he is. Stephen Miles leading that group down with Gabe Butler, Dana Shepard, Everett Lane, Andrew Zonto, Jimmy Reynolds, Andrew Schroeder, and Thomas Lockwood. Alex Green looks like he is still down on pit road with quite a bit of damage from hitting that inside wall. It looks like he did get it fixed, but he is back out. But he's going to be 2 laps down. It's Andy Brigante, your teammate Vicente Guerrero, Rick Sanchez. And Rick Sanchez is a lap down, so he's trying to get his lap back after blowing his engine.
That's a product of the heat. Got to be able to cool it off.
Yep, and here comes Andy Brigante leading that group down with Vicente Guerrero. Vicente going to be the first one onto pit road. Andrew Stacy, C.J. Urban, Payson Lindsay, Doug Johnson, and Rick Sanchez all coming down pit road. Stephen Miles and Gabe Butler are together right here. Adam Gilday now with Jeff Crosby Jr. And that 44, we knew he wasn't going to stay back to back for very long, of Anthony English. Now those 3 cars all hooked up together. Crosby Jr. and Kilday had enough run to get around Stephen Miles, but that kind of left Anthony out there. But he's going to have help coming in the form of that 4 of Rick Seabrands and the 04 of Mark Mann. Trying to get together to get that run going back on that outside to get Anthony out to the front, but Mark Mann kind of falling back there a little bit. Vicente Guerrero's coming off the pit road, was your leader, but Adam Kilday and this crew is going to have a big run to get around. The 88 Gabe Butler kind of drops down to that apron. That allows Jeff Crosby Jr. to go down with Adam Kilday and stay on the bottom. Stephen Miles, though, on the outside with Anthony English, Rick Seabrands, and Mark Mann. Jimmy Reynolds, Andrew Schroeder, Dana Shepard. Back here now on the second lane. Zonto getting a little bit loose there. I don't know how he does it. We've talked about this before, Steven. Zonto uses a controller.
Yeah, I'm aware. I have no clue. There's no way I could do it.
No, me either. I have a hard enough
Exactly. I'd never be able to do it. It definitely takes a different kind of talent.
It does, absolutely, and I think it's more of well, with us having direct drives, it's more feel. With Andrew, it's more visual.
Yeah, it's a lot of visual. There's no way I would be able to do it. Oh, look who's up front, man. We never.
Well, Stephen Miles back up front. Anthony English, though, on the outside. Again, he has help with the 4 of Seabrands and the 04 of Mark Mann. we come down the backstretch. We're going to come around 3 and 4 miles. Barely had enough room to go out to the outside with that second lane with Anthony English. Now Adam Kildare jumps to the outside as well. That's going to let Jeff Crosby Jr., Gabe Butler get a run on the inside. Now Vicente Guerrero looking to go 3 wide back here around the 84 Lynn McNeese. As Andrew Zonto goes to the outside for 3 wide. 10 to go, folks. We are winding it down.
You can tell they're getting the pay window has opened up.
Yes, it has. And man, it's going to be a knockdown, drag out fight. Getting to the end. Kind of looking back over to CJ Urban. Doug Johnson, he's about 7 seconds losing time. And Dwayne Corbett back here with Chris Jordan and Thomas Lockwood. Bubba Winningham back here by himself. Now Alex Green is a lap down, but he is up with this lead group. Oh! That was Jeff Crosby Jr., 85 of Adam Kildare. With 9 to go, no caution. I think with 10 to go, it's iRacing cautions only, is it not?
It is. It's iRacing cautions only. The admins are not going to flow.
So with 9 to go, of course, got Lorna out there. Have we not been entertained? This is gladiator stuff going on, but well, look who is your leader right now. Again, that 44, like I said, is not going to just let people have it.
No, he's always going to be up there. And he does.
As we are 8 to go, this main, I'm going to try to keep on here. Oh, we're going to get a little tight right here with, that is the 849. Gabe Butler was right there in the middle. 849 was looking for a place to go, did not have enough room. Now he does drop it all the way down to that inside line. Get around Everett Lane. Now Everett is back on the lead lap. Been a couple of laps down as well. You might want to read the YouTube chat there, Steve. If you have it pulled up.
I don't think this pays enough. 0 is just not quite enough for me.
Oh.
Well, no, it's fun though. It's fun. It's a different skill.
It's definitely, you know, I'm going to tell you, the best broadcasters are racers because they know what the cars can do. They know what the feel is, and you know, our situational awareness sometimes ain't the greatest out on the track, but we can spot the small stuff that you can't see in a car.
Yeah, it's easier to quarterback from afar.
It is, absolutely is. As we got a drag race here between the 8 of Stephen Miles, the 44 of Anthony English. Payson Lindsay getting a little bit loose right there, but right there in front of Andrew Stacy. Now, again, the track temperature's got to be playing, you know, havoc with these wheels. I wanted to say something else, but I'm trying to keep it clean. Playing havoc with these wheels and tires.
Ooh, got Mark Mann got in the back of them, back of the floor there.
Got him a little bit loose. Now the 8 right into the back of the 44. Oh no, the 84 hits the outside wall. That was strange. I think he had some mechanical failure there. As he goes down to the grass, he's going to end up towing to the pits. Now we're single file up here with this lead group. Anthony English, Stephen Miles, Andrew Schroeder, Payson Lindsay, and Andrew Stacy, your top 5. Now here comes Rick Seabrand's Mark Mann looking at that second lane with Gabe Butler and Everett Lane. 5 laps to go. Payson Lindsay going to the outside. There goes Andrew Schroeder. switching places with Payson Lindsay. Ooh, Stephen Miles blocked by the 44 of Anthony English. Keeping Miles.
A lot of blocking going on.
Yes, there is now. 48. Ooh, Andrew Schroeder all over the bumper of the 44. The 8 of Stephen Miles stuck on the outside by himself. Now Payson Lindsay, door to door. That's going to cause a caution.
Oh, Schroeder.
Or is it not? No caution flag out with 4 laps to go. There's the caution.
Now the caution. Holy cow. I also see we've got 3 laps left, 4 laps left. It's going to go into overtime. Did these guys get enough fuel?
Well, we are looking at the replay. We're 3 wide. Got the 849 of Andrew Stacy on the bottom. The 99 of the 543 of Payson Lindsay in the middle. And then the 44 and the 48. That is English and Schroeder on that outside. A little bit of door-to-door. All 3 of those leaders right there dropping down, getting into each other's. Andrew Schroeder gets really out of shape. Well, that sends him down into the 88 of Gabe Butler, right across the nose of the 4. No contact with the 4, but the 48 hard into that outside wall. Well, that got the Payson Lindsay really loose, got him down into the 88 of Gabe Butler, forces him down on the apron with Mark Mann and Stephen Miles. And then Payson Lindsay back up on the track. Everett Lane right there as they are rubbing doors, and that just gets everybody kind of straightened back out. But the 88 or the 543, I wish these guys would get their numbers right. But the
it drives me crazy.
Yeah, the 543 though, right into the door of the 24. The 24, doesn't have to give up that spot. And they run door to door down through and almost into turn 1. But at that point, it was too late. The caution came out.
Yeah, that was just all a lot of aggression.
It was. It's just guys making trying to get to the finish. Well, you're right, though. We will be a GWC attempt number 1. I believe this will be a regulation GWC. I don't know if we'll be in overtime just yet. But nope, it will be a overtime. It will be an official GWC attempt. I seen the lap change there. When they crossed the line, it went to 2 and then back to 3. So this will be GWC attempt number 1.
Looks like Alex Green got the wave around there, got the lucky dog, so he's back on the lead lap.
Yeah, and Rick Sanchez still going to be a lap down. Lynn McNeese looks like he's taking his car behind the wall. But nope, he is back down on pit road. I don't know if he had connection issues or what. But he is coming off of pit road. Andrew Schroeder, Andrew Zonto, Jeff Crosby Jr., Dana Shepard, CJ Erdman, all down on pit road. As the 3 of Alex Green, after getting his lucky dog, will come down to get that final pit stop. But Andrew Stacy, your leader, Anthony English 2nd, Rick Seabrand's 3rd, Payson Lindsay 4th, and Gabe Butler rounding out your top 5. What was you going to say, Mr. Steven?
Looks like we got 22 cars on the lead lap now, and every single one of them is going to have a shot.
Let's see here. Well, I got Dana Shepard still down on pit road. Alex Green, if they stay on pit road, before, or if they get out of pit road before the pace car, they will be on the lead lap. But I'm not sure if Dana Shepard has got a lot of damage, getting some damage fixed. Well, here come, well, speaking of which, here they come. Dana Shepard, Jeff Crosby Jr., Alex Green, Andrew Zonto, all coming off of pit road. CJ Erdman is still down pit road, and they are barely going to make it out before the pace car catches up with them.
Make it out just in time. That's getting all the damage you can get fixed and get back out there.
Well, now I got Stephen Miles. Well, I had him up in the lead, but he is on the outside, so I think maybe Andrew Stacy will get that. Anthony English up to second. Rick Seabrands in third. Gabe Butler fourth. Everett Lane fifth. Payson Lindsay sixth. Stephen Miles dropping back to seventh. Oh, eighth. Vicente Guerrero ninth. Andy Brigante rounding out your top 10. GWC. Go ahead, Steve.
We got the. I'm sorry. We got the 44 up front. He's gonna block. Not egregious, but you know what I mean. He's gonna do everything he can. But we got the 14 and the 8 together back here. Together up front too. This is gonna be nice.
Yes, it is. Of course, Eric out there, if the caution comes out with 4 or more laps to go, it isn't considered an official OT GWC.
Well, they're on lap 100 right now because under caution,
yep,
it became one.
That 44 times 2 is 88, which is the car behind Anthony. Wow. Well, here we go. The pace car down to pit road. Waiting for that Chevy Land green flag to come out. Eric out there with all kinds of useless information.
It's 44 squared.
Yeah, it is. Oh, man. Here we go. Chevy Land green flag out. GWC attempt number 1. Andrew Stacy out like a rocket. But Anthony English, Gabe Butler on that outside with the 24 of Everett Lane, the 8 of Stephen Miles, and the 14 of Vicente Guerrero on that second lane. And now down low, you have Andrew Stacy, the 4 Rick Seabrands, 99, 543, whatever you want to call him, a Payson Lindsay, and the 04 Mark Mann with that Batman. Now we're 3 wide as the 9. That is Dwayne Corbin goes to the outside. Now the 24 going to the outside third lane as well. The 78 of Chris Jordan. And the 6 of Bubba Winningham. Ooh, big wiggle from Everett Lane. We got guys diving off down into pit road. That's Andrew Stacy. We're going to have a wreck, but you know what? I don't think it's going to matter because the white flag is out. Unfortunately,
the white flag was in his hand.
Yes, it was. It looked like the 14 of Vicente Guerrero getting a piece of that. But let's get back up here. The 44 of Anthony English, Gabe Butler in the 88, the 8 of Stephen Miles, the 9 of Dwayne Corbett, the 04 of Mark Mann, and the 13 of Andy Brigante is the one's going to be battling out before the podium finishes as Dwayne Corbett. Mark Mann goes to the second lane. Mark right on the bumper. I don't think he's going to have enough to on that outside line. Well, I don't know. We're 3 wide.
Not a lot of cars to help.
Nope. Gabe Butler takes over the lead with the 8 of Stephen Miles in tow. What's going to happen here? It's going to be a photo finish. I got Dwayne Corbett, the leader, the winner. Cow. Gabe Butler second, and Stephen Miles third. Well, let's go back here. I've got to look at that because, guys, that was so close. Let me get on my chase view, and then we are going to turn this thing sideways because I want to look between these two cars, the 88 of Gabe Butler and the 9 of Dwayne Corbett. As they cross the finish line, you see Dwayne does have the slight edge. The 13 of Brigante gives the 88 a shot. We're going to take this frame by frame, Steven, because the 88 is gaining ground. Looks like it's going to be by a air dam. That front.
Yeah, it's definitely a close one.
We're coming to the line. Dwayne Corbett crosses in first. And then Stephen Miles barely edges out the 04 of Mark Mann by 1/1000th of a second. Really, the gap between Dwayne, Gabe, and Stephen was 1,000th of a second. Between Dwayne Butler and Gabe and Stephen Miles and Mark, 1,000th of a second.
That's close. That's a close one.
Well, guys, we're going to step aside. We'll get our top 3 up here for the post-race interview. And, of course, even though I asked them to stay in their cars, they still get out of their vehicles. Well, hang tight, guys. We'll be right back in just a second for the Maxspeed TV post-race interview. All right, folks, we have caught up with our top 3. We're going to start with our third place finisher. Of course, let me get to him. No stranger to the podium, would have liked to have had that win, but Stephen Miles, great finish. You started in third, you finished in third, but man, what a close finish right there at the end. Let's talk about it. Coming out of turn number 4, the guys had already started wrecking behind y'all. What was you seeing coming in around a turn 4 into the tri-oval?
I'm pretty sure the inside line had a little bobble. Somebody got wrecked or something. And I know I had my teammate Vince behind me, and right there I seen him wrecked. So I was just watching him and trying to see was he gonna clear it. And man, he just got so much bad luck, man. It hit him dead in his left rear and knocked him out of the running for the win. And I really feel for him for that. And that knocked I feel like that knocked every chance for me to even win right then, because I already know none of these guys up here was going to help me. So, yeah, I was just sitting there. That's why I just hit my brakes, got in line with him, and I seen the guy behind me was on the same strategy. Matter of fact, that was Dwayne. He won the race, so that was a perfect thing for him to do, to get the run and get people lined up on him. I'm pretty sure he threw a good block on them, and right there, got behind Gabe and just advanced a spot just to try to, go for the win myself, knowing it wasn't no chance. But hey, congratulations to him for getting a regular championship.
Well, we're getting close. You said you're more interested in what happens in the playoffs. Well, that definitely third place finish. You had enough points. You were sitting in second behind Adam for the regular season champion. But Adam finished in 8th. I don't know if you got enough points to pass him. But that still locks you into the playoffs, brother. What are you looking for? What's your strategy going forward?
Lead every lap, especially the last one. I'm not sitting in the back and doing that anymore. We're gonna do like we did tonight, and we're gonna race every lap, and we're gonna get every spot. And if we get caught up in it, we get caught up in it. I'm not gonna sit back and be patient. None of that. We're gonna go for the win. We're gonna act like every lap is the last one. So it's on.
Well, we were talking about this last week, Steven. You were saying you wanted to hold off on getting that win. It would be nice to have the regular season win, but you said the main win is going to come in the playoffs. Of course, getting locked in, if you get the win to go to the next round, is more important. I know what you're talking about. So the main thing is just trying to get. You got 3 races coming up in the round of 16 to get the win. Man, all I gotta say is the best of luck, brother. It's been awesome to see you run again this season, and I've got Stephen Luttrell up in the booth with me tonight. Right now, we got 3 Stevens in the broadcast channel, but Stephen Luttrell, you got anything for Mr. Miles tonight?
No, just good run, but that at the end, there's just not enough cars. There was 5 cars left in the lead draft there, and you just there's not enough help to get a push there. So, but yeah, good job on the third.
Thank you.
Well, Stephen, I'm going to turn the mic over to you, Mr. Miles. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate your P3 and get ready for the playoffs?
Shout out to all the drivers, man. It was pretty much a good race. It was a good battle up front. All the admins that put this thing together, Maxspeed TV, YouTube for putting an awesome broadcast together, week in and week out. Shout out my mom, my dad, my girlfriend, the ones that support me, all the fans that's tuned in watching at 11 o'clock tonight, and most of all, man, Jesus Christ, man, and that'll be it.
All right, Steve. Well, go celebrate, brother. Awesome job. Awesome finish. Congratulations. Like I said, I know you made it into the round of 16. Go celebrate tonight and get ready for next week, brother.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too, bud. All right. Well, that's going to bring us, Mr. Luttrell, to our second place finisher tonight. We'll get this put up. Gabe Butler, man. 27 spots you made up to get up to P2. Let's talk about that last lap. There was some incidences that was happening before you guys took that white flag, but the flagman had the flag in his hand, so there was no taking it back. You guys just raced hard, 5 cars in the lead on the lead group there. What was your thoughts after getting that white flag, bud?
Yeah, I thought for sure the caution would come out because I didn't think we were across the start-finish line. But and Jimmy had mentioned he led off thinking and was expecting a caution, but it never came out, and we just kept going. And I was going to push Anthony. I was pushing him as hard as I could, but then I looked down and I was about ready to blow up. So I said, well, I hate doing it to him, but I had to go around him, and almost got it there at the end. Dwayne got a good run on the outside and was able to win it, but I got a last-minute bump there from Andy, and we almost got my first win on Saturday night.
Well, looking at the times here, Gabe, you and Dwayne right there at the finish, the separation was 1,000th of a second, man. What was you thinking coming around out of that turn 4 when you passed or had Anthony down to your inside? Of course, I know Dwayne had, I think it was it Mark behind him, or did you have Mark? You had Mark, I think.
I think it was Mark. Mark might have been behind Dwayne, I think.
Well, somebody gave you a good shot. It might have been Andy.
Andy did.
Andy gave you a good shot, got you up close, but just not enough to edge out Dwayne for the win, man. What was you and Andy even talking? Or y'all don't think y'all was even in the same channel?
No, we weren't talking. I think it was just the way it worked out. I mean, he probably didn't have anywhere to go either, like up or down. So his only target was me. So he was able to give me a shot, and it almost got me across the line in front. But it's okay. It was a long way to come back and get P2. But I'll take it.
Well, that will, I think you were already good enough in the points to get into the playoffs, but this definitely got you locked into the round of 16. before I turn the mic over to Mr. Luttrell, who joined me up here in the booth tonight, Gabe. What's your strategy going forward, man?
Just kind of the same thing. Just try and play it by ear, take it race by race, and just see how things are going. Like tonight, the track was so hot, so I decided to stay in the back the whole night and avoid the carnage, and I was able to do that for the most part. And depending on the track temperature, man, it kind of depends on what I'll do.
All right. Well, Steven, you got anything for Gabe before we let him go?
Yeah, he just mentioned that he was hanging out in the back and just avoiding all the trouble. I knew it was, I think, 20 or 30 to go. We were talking about all the guys that were in the back, and I said, you can't count these guys out. They're going to be up front, and you're always up front, always running up front. So I knew you were going to make your way up there. It was a heck of a run. Good job.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we were just kind of depending on that last green flag pit stop too, because I figured that we could make up some positions on that last pit stop, and we were able to tag in with the lead pack at the top 5. And I hated they were coming to the end, man. I came right down on he was running the 99 car, but I think he was the 543. I think it was Payson. I came right down into him and killed his race. But nature of the beast, the last lap, I think. But I would like to apologize to him for that.
Well, Gabe, that's what makes this league. Everybody has a lot of respect for all the drivers. And there's nothing ever intentional that I see. I mean, I'm sure there is at some point, but most of the time it's pretty respectful, as clean racing as can be. I know it's hard racing when you start getting to the last lap, but man, awesome job. I can't say that enough. 27 spots, dude, to come into P2. Of course, regular season's over, going into the playoffs. It's been an awesome season for you guys on Saturday night. It's been awesome to call these races, even though I wasn't planning on doing this full time, but I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm able to bring this type of excitement to our fans, and for you guys to go back and watch. I know y'all go back and watch them as well, but I'm going to go ahead and turn the mic over to you, Gabe. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, things you want to give before you go celebrate, bud?
Well, Stephen, we're glad you're here too, brother, and you do an awesome broadcast. And yes, you're absolutely right, fellas. Do go back and watch these things. So, props to you, and of course, shout out to Steve for hopping in the booth with you tonight, also, and big shout out to the OP admins, man. They put up with a lot during the season. They do a lot of work behind the scenes. You can't please everybody, and they have to listen to it all. So my hat's off to OP and the admins, and of course Everett and Jimmy tonight that I was running with. Some of us had better luck than others, but it is what it is, and hopefully we'll all bounce back next week. I think we all made it to the playoffs, so yeah, we're looking forward to that, and we'll see what happens.
All right, Gabe. Well, go celebrate, buddy. Congratulations on your P2, man. We will see you. Well, I'll see you Monday night.
Yeah.
All right, have a good one, brother.
All right, gents. Thanks.
All right, we'll get him back up there. Well, that's going to bring us to our race winner tonight. I believe this is his first OP win. I could be wrong. Dwayne Corbett. Man, what a finish. I mean, you were up 14 spots. But man, that last little push Mark Mann gave you got you up ahead of Gabe by a thousandth of a second. You got the win. Man, let's walk us through that last lap. Nerves had to been a little bit there. Excitement and adrenaline had to be flowing.
Yeah, and thanks to Mark Mann for that push.
So let's talk a little. Let's talk a little bit about that last lap. I mean, what I know you wasn't exactly right there to begin with. What was you seeing in front of you? What was you seeing in your mirror, bud?
So I think I had Vicente in front of me, and I wanted to go. I was in the second lane, and I wanted to go 3. I wanted to be the first to take it 3. And then I just got hung out there, and then that saved me because I caught back onto the end of it, and then everything in front of me was just going upside down. So I just thread the needle, got lucky, and then hung on to a couple lead cars. And then I think Mark caught back up. I think Mark was gapped a little bit and caught up. And then when he caught onto that little group that we had, I took it out, and then he pushed me around, and it just worked out that way.
Well, again, he gave you that final shot, but Andy Brigante really gave Gabe Butler a shot on that second lane. Almost got Gabe right there, but you and Mark were already hooked up, and that just got you the edge, man, to get the victory. Of course, that last, before the white flag is when another big wreck happened. And, of course, we were talking about anything 10 laps is iRacing's cautions only, but with the way iRacing is set up now, once the flagman has the white flag in his hand, that's pretty much it. Doesn't matter if you cross the start-finish line or not, but he had the white flag waved it as you guys were coming to the start-finish line. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this your first OP win?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, I wish it happened a week earlier.
Well, I don't know exactly where you're at in points, but if you got a win and you're in the top 24, oh man, that locks you into the playoffs. So how are you feeling about that?
Good. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I thought we were done. No, that's awesome. I'm ecstatic. Just want to give a shout out to my mom. It was her birthday a couple weeks ago. I said, "What do you want for your birthday, Mom?" She watches all of our races. If she falls asleep, she'll call me the next morning at like 6 in the morning and ask me what I did wrong because I didn't win. But she said she wanted me to win for her birthday, so I finally got it for her. So happy birthday, Mom.
Well, I'm actually looking at the points right now, or the standings. I'm trying to find you here, and I cannot find you on Saturdays. Give me just a second, Dwayne. I'm trying to find you out here, and I am not seeing you. Huh. Oh, there you are. Ooh, I don't know, man. It's going to come close. We'll find out. You were actually in 26th or 25th, and iRacing just quit on me because we're out of time. You were sitting in 25th. You were 4 points behind James Mayer for that 24th spot. So we'll have to see what happens, Dwayne, when they announce. So keep your eye out for that, buddy. But, man, what a great finish, though, for you tonight, especially for being your first OP win. Like you said, little late in the season, but nonetheless, you got the win tonight, buddy. Congratulations. I got Stephen Luttrell up here called to action with me tonight. Stephen, anything for Dwayne?
Oh, just that the last lap. That was brilliant. The move you made to go to the outside at the very end there, that was the perfect move that got you the win, and of course Mark Mann pushing you. But yeah, I was looking over it again, and you came out of 4 going into the tri-oval. You were still in 4th and had a car gap to 3rd, and still ended up getting to the start finish line before everybody else. That was a wild finish. Good job.
Wow, thanks, man. Hey, and thanks for everything you guys do.
Well, Dwayne, it's been a pleasure to call these races again. Now, I know you kind of gave some shout-outs, but I'm going to give you another opportunity here for any final thoughts, shout-outs, and thanks you want to give before you go celebrate your victory tonight, bud.
Shout out my friends. Shout out GFY gang. Shout out my friend Adam, my only iRacing friend. It was my dad's birthday, too. Happy birthday, Dad. That's it.
All right, Dwayne. Well, go celebrate, buddy. Congratulations. And awesome
Thanks,
job
guys.
on the victory tonight, man. And well, hopefully we'll see you next week if you're not in the playoffs. But it looks like I just got told that you should move up to 24th or better with the win tonight. So it looks like you may be in the playoffs. So congratulations, bud.
Oh, wow. Thanks.
So
That's awesome.
all right, well, go celebrate, Dwayne. I'm not going to keep you any longer, man. Have a good one and have a great night.
Awesome. See you guys.
All right, bye, buddy. All right, well, Mr. Luttrell, that is pretty much going to do it for us here tonight. So, again, appreciate you coming up here and helping me out and, calling this race. It was a pleasure to have you up here, Matt. It was definitely an interesting finish there, bud.
Yeah, that was a fun race to watch. Thanks for bringing me up into the booth. That's a different experience for me. We'll see what happens in the future, but yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Well, again, you're welcome up here. Just like I tell any of the guys, they are more than welcome to come up. If for some reason they get out of the race and they just don't want to leave yet, they can always let me know, and we'll bring them up here. They can call the rest of the action, but I appreciate you coming in and helping me out. But we're going to go ahead and get to our, I want to say unofficial results, but I think it's pretty much going to be what happens on this league. So we'll go ahead and get to our results here tonight. Dwayne Corbett, your winner. Gabe Butler in second. Stephen Miles in third. Mark Mann finishing with the top 5 finish in fourth. Andy Brigante in fifth. Anthony English sixth. Thomas Lockwood in seventh. Adam Kilday eighth. Payson Lindsay in ninth. Bubba Winningham 10th. Jimmy Reynolds in 11th. Chris Jordan 12th. Alex Green in 13th. Andrew Stacy 14th. Vicente Guerrero in 15th. Jeff Crosby Jr. in 16th. Dana Shepard finishing 17th. Andrew Zonto in 18th. Rick Seabrands finishing 19th. Andrew Schroeder finishing 20. Doug Johnson 21st. Rick Sanchez 22nd. Everett Lane in 23rd. Lynn McNeese in 24th. C.J. Erdman 25th. Greg Holes in 26th. James Mayer 27th. Robert Hooligan 28th. And Sean Stevens wrapping out the 29th car field tonight here. Well, guys, that's going to do it for us tonight here on Maxspeed TV. Big shout out to you again, Stephen Luttrell, for joining me up here for the Fish Guys 250. It was awesome to have you up here and calling the action with me, bud.
Sure was. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Well, don't forget, guys, tomorrow night, though, we will be at... Where will we be at? Hang on just a second. Where is the schedule here? Let me pull this up. Tomorrow night, we will be in the second race of the top 4 for the Checker Flag Motorsports Speedway Monkeys. They will be in the Xfinity cars at Daytona for a night race for the second round of the top 4. Before we get to the finish of the season with those guys. So tune in tonight or tomorrow night right here on Maxspeed TV. Same time, 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central, with myself up in the booth. We don't know who's going to be here. You never know. And William out there said, great job, Steven Squared.
Woo, yeah.
Oh, we got some great fans. So before we go, I got to give a shout out to all our fans. Eric W. out there, William Luttrell, Bubba Winningham, Belva Feltz, Netsby out there, Moose Pie was tuning in, Daniel Parent, Ginger Parent out there as well. Seen Derek Donna out there in chat. Let me see, am I missing anybody? Lorna out there as well. Lorna Trail out there as well. I believe that's your mom, isn't it?
It is. Yep.
It is. Yep. So glad to have your folks out there tuning in. Dylan Lane out there, my nephew, popping in. Let me see. I'm making sure I don't miss anybody. Jeremy Medlock coming in for just a little bit and visiting with us. Of course, Daniel Parent, I think I said that. And then our race sponsor, Mr. Mike Edgerton, hopping in right at the beginning of the broadcast. So give us a big shout out to Mike Edgerton and the Fish Guys for sponsoring the last regular season race. So that's going to do it for us tonight here on Maxspeed TV. Until tomorrow night, guys, please enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe and have a good night.